everyone, and welcome to another Watson Graduate School of Management video highlight. Today, we're focusing on the Spears Mentoring Program, and I'm really grateful to have a pair, a mentor and protege pair with me today. First of all, we have Mr. Matt Daniel, who is a Global Key Account Manager at Hempel, USA, located in the North Houston area. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, and that global piece in your title must mean you're quite a traveler. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I oversee our relationships with Exxon, Chevron, and GE. So I find myself overseas about once a month.
Got it. Okay, that's intense. And we also have with us Mr. Bill Pickering, who is an MBA candidate. Looks like you're scheduled to graduate December 2019. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and Bill is also, he's been very active in Spears in general, having taken on the MBA Association president role. Bill, how was that managing this leadership role and also your MBA program?
Well, it was a really good experience and rewarding to really get that opportunity to get more integrated and involved with my cohorts. And it's always a good day when a group of Americans choose to elect a Canadian their president. I think that's unconstitutional. But, I'm glad they were able to set that aside for me.
Good job in your campaigning, I would have to say. So, well, since our focus on this discussion is about the Spears Mentoring Program, I thought I'd speak with you, Mr. Daniel, first. I know that with your busy schedule and you have significant responsibility, being an alum of Spears and being here regularly, we see you here around homecoming, we see you here on campus. We know you're giving back a lot of your time. What exactly about the mentoring program drew you to be, to desire to be a mentor and to get involved in this capacity?
Yeah. Well, when I look back and reflect on what I found most valuable from my university experience, anytime that you could translate the textbook knowledge into real world application, it really seemed to resonate the best. And so with the work the Easton Center is doing to coordinate this as an offering for students, it just seems like a great fit to be able to participate on the flip side of that and try to now, 20 years after graduation, give something back in terms of that translation of what we learned in the classroom to what we apply in business. So I've really enjoyed it.
Fantastic. And we appreciate the strong affinity that our alum have for OSU and the development piece that you really do bring in that real world scenario for our students here. So thank you. Shifting over to Bill, I'd like to ask you a question. When you get into graduate programs, you have a lot of options to engage yourself. And I know that the mentoring program, when you perhaps heard about it and conceptualized it, you probably envisioned your experience to be one way. And then you actually experienced it after you became a protege under Mr. Daniel. So how did that conceptualizing and reality actually transpire for you?
Well, I'll start by saying that it exceeded my expectations in every single way. The undergraduate institution I went to really didn't offer any program even parallel to this, let alone it didn't have any emphasis on alumni connections or an alumni network. Not for lack of being a large and reputable school, but just for lack of those types of initiatives. So the free-form nature of the mentoring program really allowed me to build it into a dynamic relationship and see success in the areas I wanted to see success. I was fortunate enough to get paired with Matt, who is also an energy professional, share a lot of his insights about his career, about the trajectory of my career, build on some of my soft skills, and of course to see that mentor pairing turn into a strong friendship. We've been connected for a little over a year now, and although the formal portion of our mentoring connection is over, we've maintained that connection, and it's garnered innumerable benefits.
Fantastic. Happy to hear that, Bill. So Matt, I know that you've mentored multiple students in this journey, some of them undergrad, some of them grad. Curious
Yes.
about the initial impressions you had with Bill when you first met him, to seeing the growth and development piece through your relationship and rapport, to what you saw in him at the end of this formal mentoring process. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Well, coming in as a graduate level protege, I immediately recognized that he was coming perhaps with a maturity that I didn't see in some of the undergraduates, in terms of preparation, in terms of really having some deep questions to ask and to discuss together, topics that were very relevant and penetrating inquiry. So that's definitely a difference. And then, I wouldn't say that's just something you would find in just any graduate level student in this program, but with Bill, I really felt from the beginning there was an interest and a level of engagement that was special for the program, and that was just verified throughout our conversations. I really feel he's going to go far. Not only did he bring a great background of experience from industry before he got into the graduate level study, but just a lot of talent, personally, a good personality as well. So I think he's going to go far. It's been a real pleasure to be a part of the discussions with Bill. And as he said, I think we've become friends. So it's been wonderful.
Great. That's fantastic. And it also is great evidence that the pairing process tends to work quite well. But Bill, kudos to you for the delivery of a student and representing the student body in the way that you did. Kind of curious, as a protege and as you look to someone who is successful in their career, and as you considered this pairing you had with Matt, kind of speak to some of the main takeaways that you got from this experience that you were able to kind of add value to your experience here through this.
It's almost difficult to begin to answer that question because there's been so many, Kenneth. But immediately what comes to mind, and I've had the opportunity to speak a couple times about the strength of the mentoring program, and I'm sure my cohorts are sick of hearing this quote, but I've stolen it from Matt, and it's you'll never know what you don't know until you do. And that's exactly what these mentoring connections offer, an opportunity to really be hypercritical about yourself and to learn so much from people who may be on the same path as you, or rather were earlier in their career, or maybe have gone a different way, and you get to take the experience out of it in that regard. Another thing I'll touch on, and one of the strongest connections is, like I said, we didn't have a strong alumni culture. And that was something that really excited me about OSU. And it's something that OSU does do incredibly well and incredibly uniquely. Having that connection with Matt, where really our only connection up to that point was sharing an alma mater, but that being more than enough. Getting to know Matt in my first semester here, it really made me feel like a cowboy, and it really showed me the integrity of that culture as something that I wanted to maintain and continue with.
Perfect. Well stated. Thank you both for this insight. I think it's going to be really important for people who are considering the mentoring program process, whether it be mentor or protege, to hear some of your feedback. But I'm curious, on a final note, do either of you have any words of advice for anyone who's considering serving in your respective capacities?
Matt, I don't know if you'd like to go.
Sure. I guess from the mentor perspective, I'd like to share just how rewarding it's been to have these conversations, to really see how well Spears is developing the brand and doing things like this and integrating an alumni participation level. So from that perspective, I think it's been very worthwhile use of my time, and I would heartily recommend it to other mentors.
Kenneth, I'll jump in there too. I would tell potential proteges that not engaging in the mentoring program could be one of the biggest mistakes of their graduate career or their undergraduate career. It really is an opportunity that can't be paralleled. And I would encourage students to get involved and to make the most of these connections, because you never know where they'll take you or what you can benefit from them.
Perfect. Thank you both. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to hearing more about how your relationship transpires down the road. And we look forward to seeing more people join the program and experience exactly what you all experienced as well. So thanks. Take care.
Thanks very much. Go Pokes.